Georgia is sitting next to some fire in the woods. She starts remembering the time she told her boyfriend Sam she was pregnant. He tells her that regardless of what happened, he will always be there for her. We are shown that some robots who resemble humans are working for people. During a party with friends, a loud noise is being heard as lights goes out. When Georgia goes back downstairs, she finds the robot who was working as bartender, killing guests at the party. He is then neutralized, but this is only the beginning. Georgia and Sam hear chaos outside. They step out and they witness robots eliminating people from left to right. Chaos has erupted in cities. So the couple decides to escape deep in the forest to escape the robots take over. The following day, Sam wakes up Georgia wondering how was her first night in the woods. It wasn't great as everything hurts. Sam pushes them to keep moving. Months go by and Georgia is now 9 months pregnant. After being alone in the woods for a long time, the couple finds a camp of other humans surviving. They check that they are not robot and take them in. Georgia is examined by a doctor. Meanwhile, Sam asks a fellow man if anyone is heading to Boston. He heard there is boats shipping people to Asia, which is safe. Later, Sam tells Georgia they may be boats going to Asia, but Georgia reveals the doctor told her from what she knows, they may not be taking families. No man. To get to Boston, the couple needs to cross the no man's land, which they wonders how will they succeed at it. Once Georgia hears that Sam would be okay to leave her and the baby on the boat if they only took mom and babies, she gets mad, even whispering she should have broken up with him. Sam steps outside to find a ride to Boston. One of the men offers him to fight him for it. There is a convoy to Nashua tomorrow, which is as close anyone can get. But the man confirms for them to join that ride. Sam needs to beat him in a fight. Sam accepts. The next day, Georgia wakes up and is informed Sam has been tied up. He beat that soldier up badly last night, and the commander isn't happy about it. He tells them they are no longer welcome on this base, and give them 2 minutes to leave. The couple is then kicked out in the wild. They continue their journey with pouring rain. They end up finding an abandoned house and make it their home temporarily. Sam finds a Polaroid camera with only 1 photo left, so they decide this will be used for capturing when she gives birth. They then plan out to finally cross the no man's land. They will have to do in silent. The next day, Sam tries to fix a motorcycle he found. He just want to ride through no man's land without being silent, because if the baby arrive while they cross, it will not stop crying and there won't be silent. Georgia is hesitant but trusts Sam. Once the bike fixed, the couple leave the house and head straight to the no man's land. Once there, robots start popping up from left to right. Sam focuses on the driving while Georgia is shooting. Drone robots then follow them close. Sam takes Georgia off the bike. He wants to distract them so Georgia can escape safely. She isn't okay with this, but Sam is already driving in another direction. While hiding, Georgia meets Arthur, another human who is hiding from the robots. He takes her to his secret base. He offers her some food and realizes she is pregnant. Arthur advises her to forget about Sam. But Georgia can't just leave him there. Arthur then breaks down in her arms crying. He then tells her he can take her to Boston safely. He shows her how. Camouflage algorithms they started developing 8 years ago. This makes people invisible to robots. Georgia wants to use that to go get Sam, but Arthur refuses. She tells him with or without she is still going to get Sam. Moved by her, Arthur gives it to her and leads her to the closest robot base. He only has 2 suits and gives her the extra one. Georgia gets in the base undetected by them. She finds Sam tied up. She frees him and puts the second camouflage on him. Another prisoner who also wanted to be rescued screams, alerting the robots. They chase them, and as Georgia collapses, Arthur comes to the rescue, shooting a bunch of them. Georgia screams that it's happening. She is on the verge of giving birth. Arthur immediately brings them to his car as Georgia screams. She passes out and wakes up in medical facility. She realizes Sam is right next to her. The doctor arrives and put Georgia's new baby in her arms. She reveals Arthur is resting. He is the one who brought them here. Georgia is bonding with her new baby, introducing it to Sam, who also holds. The couple is happy. Little later, officers come to ask the couple some questions. Georgia explains everything that happened to them. But the officer are not believing her story about the camouflage that makes human invisible to robots. He screams at her to get her story straight, saying that technology doesn't exist. Georgia is then shocked when she realizes Arthur is actually a robot. She tells the officer, "I made a mistake." The officer senses something wrong, so he opens the bed when Arthur is supposed to be resting, and they find a dead nurse. Lights in the medical center goes down and shots are heard. Georgia tries to move while trying to wake up Sam. She takes her baby and promises Sam she will be back. She starts wandering around the facility while robots and soldiers are firing at each other. The baby keeps screaming and Georgia begs it to be quiet. She then runs into Arthur, who starts crying. Georgia points a gun at him. He tells her they were programmed to make people feel comfort. He asks her if she feels comfort. He adds that Boston is going down today. He is ready to go after the baby. Georgia shoots at him many times and ends up finishing him. Dozen robots then bursts in and Georgia is able to close the gate on them with one hand while she tries to activate the EMP which will deactivate them. She succeeds at the last minute. Sam then wakes up and Georgia is sleeping next to him. Shooting is heard at the horizon. They have made it to Boston. Georgia takes the Polaroid camera and takes a photo of them with the baby. They then head to the boats and make it just in time. Georgia, who heard they only take the mothers and babies, tries to convince the officer. But the officer reveals she can only take the baby. The couple is in disbelief. Georgia begs her, but Sam contemplates the possibility, believing if the baby stays here it's over for him, but it's out there is a good chance for it. Georgia can't believe this. It's with hard emotion that Georgia hugs her baby and gives it to the office. Before that she writes a letter to her baby to read letter, how she would have wished to give her a normal life, imagining how it would have been. She writes, "I give you a chance of normal life, with a new family in a new place." The officer interrupts her saying it's time to go. Georgia gives her baby and the boat leaves. Georgia bursts in tears in Sam's hands. We are then shown moments of the baby growing up with a Korean family all happy. We jump in the future where Georgia is by herself, remembering Sam with a smile. This was the scene from the beginning of the film. She finds soldiers who informs her they bringing people to Poland to build a new base. She agrees to join them. The movie ends with Georgia driving away being evacuated. Thanks for watching everyone. Let us know in the comments what did you guys think of this movie.